few weeks ago, I made a video on how to set up bleed, margins, and export for print from Canva, but I want to talk a little bit about margins, a new trick that I learned, as well as a new feature that Canva has added. So let's dive into it. So in that last video, I explained what bleed is that goes right past our artboard here. Then we have our trim edge here on our artboard, and then we have our margin set here. Just a quick recap, you want to keep anything important inside your margins, and you want to make sure that anything less important like your background extends past the trim all the way to the bleed. That'll make sure that it prints properly. And I'll be sure to link the last video in the description below if you want to catch up on that as well. Now here's the big problem with margins. If I go to File and I go to Settings, as you can see, there's the option to show margins, hide margins, but there's no actual control for the size of the margin, which is unique to Canva in that it's simplified software, and at this point you cannot control it. You also can't control the bleed amount, which is also a bit odd. At least I have figured out a workaround for the margin part. And here's the problem. If we drag over our ruler here and we come to our margin edge, you can see that it is 0.2 inches. And it's strange to not be able to control that. In this case, I think it works pretty well on a business card, but I've gone ahead and set up a generic sign as well. And now I've got my margins on. And if I drag it over here, you can see that this is 1.8 inches. So it's a pretty big margin, which does still look pretty good, but it'd be nice to be able to control it. And some people may not want that large of a margin. So let me show you the workaround. We're just going to go to File, Settings, and we're going to hide our margin. And if for some reason it's not showing right away like this, just hit refresh. And now we know our margin's gone because the dotted line is gone. And here's the tip. We're going to go to File, Settings, and we're going to actually add guides. Normally you'd use this for columns in different types of design work or typography, but we're going to go to Custom. We're going to change the columns to 1, and now we can control the exact margin amount. I'm going to set mine to 0.5 inches. That does the left and right side, and down here we're going to set it to 0.5, which does the top and bottom. Then you just need to click Add Guides, and of course you can customize these to any size you want, just like that. So that allows us to completely control the measurement for your margin. Now here's another little thing that Canva added recently. Under File, Settings, there is now Show Danger Zone Detection. What's interesting about this is if we grab anything important and we drag it over kind of close to the edge, this red box pops up and it says, hey, you're in the danger zone. If you're this close to the edge, it may get cut off when printing. So that's pretty cool. That's a useful little feature, especially for people that aren't familiar with margin. It'll help ensure that people don't put anything too close to the edge and risk it being cut off. But that is one of the main purposes of using margins, is to make sure that your artwork doesn't get cut off, and it helps as a guide to line things up. Also, if at any point you want to change your margins, you can just go to File, Settings, and just click Add Guides once again, and now it'll allow you to change your measurement just like so. It's not actually adding another set of guides, it's just allowing you to change it. Make sure you click Add Guides again, and now it is changed to that new measurement. And if you ever want to get rid of them, you can go to File, Settings, and Clear Guides. What's great about guides and margins alike is they do not print. They're there only in the software as a visual reference to make sure that you're aligned and you're not too close to the cut edge. You do not have to worry about them printing. That is the huge benefit to trying to draw a box or something that you may need to hide later and risk being printed by accident. So that's it. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments if it's something that you use or if you are familiar with margins before. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm predominantly teaching Adobe Illustrator and Adobe products, but once in a while, I like to branch out, learn a little bit about other software. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys next time.